A while back I matched with this guy on Tinder and we set up a date to go grab coffee. We did, and kind of immediately I felt like, oh, okay, this is like a good vibe. Okay, I'm feeling this. We even gave a little kiss at the end. It was very nice. And a couple days later, we made plans to get together again. We went out to dinner. We had an awesome dinner. Like, conversation was great, the food was wonderful, but we were just really connecting, and I felt like, yes, oh my God, I found the love of my life. I really was kind of feeling very hopeful about it. And even after we left the dinner, you know, each of us kind of lived not far from where we were eating, so it was a nice night. We decided we'd take a little walk, so we walked back to where each of us were staying. He was grabbing my hand, little romantic kisses on the street. I'm like, yes, this is going awesome. We wanted to go back to this place and, you know, just said goodbye, and we talked about making plans for the following weekend. And then after that, we texted like a little bit, but I was getting really lukewarm responses, and then just nothing. Ghosted, done. I have no idea why I didn't hear from him. And then of course my mind is spinning, right? I'm like going to like, did I say something wrong at dinner? Did he see videos or pictures of me online or something from social media that he wasn't feeling? I didn't know. But I was of course spinning, because that's what happens in these situations. So ghosting is always gonna happen. It's always gonna be there. It's not necessarily the problem itself as much as what we do with it, kind of how we interpret things when we're the ones getting ghosted. And then the flip side too, because we're not all saints. When we're the ones who are doing the ghosting, aside from maybe how it could hurt somebody else, where is it coming from, and what might make that a problem for us? So we all know what ghosting is. It's anytime two people are dating or getting to know each other and then one person just poof, disappears. Not fun. And when we're the ones who are ghosted, obviously that's gonna hurt. It burns, not just because, you know, we're missing out on an opportunity that we were hopeful for, but also because it kind of digs deep into our own insecurities and fears of what's wrong with me? How come this person just left? How come I wasn't enough? And especially for us as gay people, it's really easy for us to have a hypersensitivity to any perceived criticism or rejection because of our experiences in life growing up where that was happening just for being who we are. So it's really easy for us to go to that place, and what we need to also remember is that we're not guaranteed a lifelong connection when we're dating. That's not even the point, really. The main point for us to put ourselves out there and to open our hearts to an opportunity for it is so that it strengthens our sense of self and reminds us that we're worthy of love and belonging. And, you know, maybe we'll be able to connect with somebody and find that long-term partner, but that's also going to be icing on the cake. We got to bake the cake first. So when we can remember that there's nothing wrong with us and be mindful that our stuff can kind of get triggered, then we can manage it a little bit differently. And we can still show up non-defensively. I've got a 2-time rule that if somebody's being, you know, kind of lukewarm or just not even responding, I'll respond twice. I'll reach out 2 different times. And if I get lukewarm or if I get nothing, done. Then I know I wasn't chasing, and I also know I wasn't closing up, but that I still kept myself non-defensive. Now, if you're the person who's feeling like you're losing interest and you just want to vanish and ghost, don't do it. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for the other person because they're probably going to be hurt. But even for us, if we're the ones who are losing interest, it reinforces this belief that somehow we're responsible for other people's feelings. And of course we're not. You know, of course we want to be kind, but we also want to be direct. And just be honest and upfront and just say something like, listen, you know, I've enjoyed getting to know you. I think that you're great, but I just don't feel like that this is the right fit for me anymore. A lot of times it's much more appreciated, but we can't ever control how it's going to be received. And sometimes it's hard, like we feel guilty because, you know, did I make promises to them? Am I kind of like pulling back now? Is that not fair? We can kind of feel guilty about it. And especially for us as gay people, where we know what it's like to feel rejected, we don't want to impose that on other people, so we get scared and maybe just want to run away. But it's really important for us to be direct. And, you know, it takes the pressure off of us when we know that we're just dating to get to know somebody. We're not making any promises. It's like my friend Bob always says, you only need to know if you want to see them one more time. That way, we're not planning for the future too far ahead and getting overwhelmed by that. We're just keeping our hearts open and seeing if we're actually connecting with a person. Dating is exciting and it's scary because we might be able to meet somebody that we feel really connected to and share a lot of love with, or we might feel rejected and hurt. There's no escaping pain anytime that we're dating, but we can manage things in such a way that it doesn't turn into suffering. There's always gonna be times when people are not interested in you, there's gonna be times when you're not interested in them, and it's all just a matter of compatibility, and when we remember that it's just a matter of fitting or not fitting, then we don't start gauging who's better or who's not and feel hurt when we're feeling like we're the ones who are ghosted. You know, and when we can move forward in that way, then we can keep our hearts open and we can keep an opportunity open to actually meet the right one and to find that right person. And like Maya Angelou always says, have enough courage to trust love one more time and always one more time.